Welcome back everyone. Today we're reading some trans memes, so let's get into it. Super Autism Death Ray. Funniest thing is it works. Waiting to be stealth until I get on T? Nah. Yeah, I'm a guy, but my mosaic sucks, so I get mistaken for a girl a lot. It's almost like it doesn't really matter. Like, maybe these traits don't really matter towards your gender, and it's okay for you to be one or the other. Sure is funny how they stop being so judgmental once you tell them you're not trans. Jumpy planes. My team won too. Normal gender euphoria? Nah, you see, my tennis coach calling me an honorary girl because there weren't enough girls on the double match. Almost as if these boundaries don't really matter all that much. That's gonna be the running theme for today. Miss Pear, officer, you had it right the first time. Excuse me, ma'am. Wait, you're not a ma'am. No, go back, please. This is cute, I like this theory art. Slavic trans girl, they just feel more comfortable. Trans femme meme. How I feel liking shorts more than skirts. Hey, different strokes for different folks. It's all good. Penny 700. Winnie the Pooh will always be more mature than transphobes. Winnie the Pooh will always respect your pronouns. And he or her, and they and them. Aw. I found when we look back on older movies and shows, yeah, there's some stuff that very obviously, oh boy, should not be in modern day stuff. But there's also a lot of stuff where it's like, this would be called incredibly woke if it aired nowadays, and no one cared back then. Weird. Trademark 2007. Can you really blame me for wanting to be a galactic space queen though? Future me watching me go through a crisis on how I can get a Rosalina dress without my parents questioning me. You see this stuff, Luma? In your defense, it's a very nice dress. Confused egg boy. Gooseworks equals gender? The only gender I need is whatever gender Gooseworks character design is. Arctic Harmicist. Me. Not everything with me is a trans thing, and while my Pathfinder character be like. Alright, fair enough. By the way, it's really weird how many comments I've gotten of like, oh, is your whole personality being trans? For the last year, it's been a trans meme channel. I'm not sure what people are expecting here. Fork found in kitchen. I don't know why people are still confused by this. This is what the channel is nowadays. Comfortable rub. Survival made pride flags. Ooh, okay, I see. These actually look really cute. I like how the stand works. Suitable wealth. An MB's worst nightmare. Read. No. How could you? Get that out of here. Zenny 700. Me. I might as well accept myself for being queer. But also me. But wait, there's more. Nika Sama. GG. This plus being called a good girl. Oh. Yes, that sounds rather pleasant. Thank you. Very pitchery. Drew the pickles meme, but with my OCs. Excuse me, she asked for estrogen? Oh. Toon Link, trans flag bread. Ooh, okay, that looks good. Ooh, it looks almost like a marshmallow type of dessert. There it is. It's got more like a V shape. That's cool. It looks suspiciously like cake, but I know it's just because of the coloring. This is pretty neat though. It's like a neat little project you did. Cute. Shadow Trap. Ultron has a message. Throw bricks at transphobes. Alright, fine, I'll acknowledge it. Okay, so as funny as the throwing bricks at transphobes are, and yeah, they are pricks that kind of deserve some suffering, political violence has literally never worked. I'm sorry, it just doesn't. It almost always leads to a worse outcome and is very rarely thought through. Throwing bricks at people does not usually solve anything unless very specific situations such as Stonewall, where we had a very direct point to it. It was very targeted. With that said, though, I find these jokes funny, so I don't endorse violence, but at the same time, I find this funny. So, deal with it. This applies to all my future throwback at transphobe memes. Sure, Pig. I do this a lot because they won't listen otherwise. How I feel pretending to be a cis person to win online trans debates. Look, if they're not going to listen to you just because you are trans, then yeah, it's valid to lie about it. Captain America. Fun gift ideas for the last day of Pride. Oh yeah, Pride's over now, isn't it? This changes nothing for me. I mean, this channel's celebrating the gays all year round, so... We do a trans meme video like every week now. This is just normal. If the trans person in your life will appreciate large amounts of cash, 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 pipeline punch monster, oh heck yeah. Go for a monster right about now. Skull Bean Dream, injecting under the light of Cthulhu. Ooh, okay, that's a pretty cute little design there. I like it, very cute. Sonic says trans rights. Speak with your heart. Yay! This feels like something Sonic would say, actually. Like, when you think about all the weird things about identity and how redefining yourself is like a huge deal in the Sonic franchise, I would not be surprised if Sonic met someone who's trans and immediately went, heck yeah, one of us. Like, if this is saying that Sonic is trans, I'm fine with that too, honestly. I could accept that. What else have they done with Sonic's character? Why not? Not the weirdest thing, that's for sure. Blue Glace, you got me. That's the girl who thinks Mimikyu is a trans allegory. I love how every single freaking generation of Pokemon tried to recreate the Pikachu craze and failed. So they gave up and made Mimikyu to make fun of it. And the internet exploded for like months of Mimikyu memes. It was a good time. We were having a blast when Sun and Moon came out. Mimikyu was... I knew Mimikyu better than I knew the starters, okay? That's how much people loved Mimikyu. Like, it was big, and I find it so funny, and I absolutely accept it as a trans allegory. Why not? I'm down. Lara Croft cosplayer, work in progress. When you're working on becoming a hot lesbian blacksmith. Also, I built an anvil. You built an anvil. And you wrote Acme on it. That's hilarious. But you built a damn anvil. I mean, I feel like that's enough to count as a blacksmith if you build your own anvil like that. Modern day building your own anvil? Like, who does that? Blacksmiths, that's who. Some inspiring quote. Guys, they know it's fully canon now. Just gonna live a casual shout out to IKEA for still giving in to rainbow capitalism. Because like it or not, that's what this is. And rainbow capitalism proves that people are still willing to accept LGBTQ money and are willing to care enough about the group where they will at least advertise towards them. As much as it feels commercialized and kinda sucks from a capitalist point of view, it does feel good to know that your group is still recognized as worth advertising to, especially for an entire month of the year. And it's slightly concerning how few companies are doing it now. Kind of feels like rainbow capitalism is kind of dying out, especially in Canada where I live. Also, I see that Sharky Darky down with the frickin' patriarchy up there on the shelf, just watching. Tenukuhaka, quench the thirst. Me, my banker, 15 cans of pink, white, and blue Monster Energy. Oh, come on, it'll last me a whole week. Give. I may have a problem. Grizzo, shrimp posture. If you want to look more feminine, why not start with your posture? It will fix your man's back. Okay, I'll try. Me 10 minutes later, shrimp mode. Huh. Just had to look down to make sure. Yeah, I am currently in shrimp mode. Public efficient. Still cis though, right, girls? I swear, it's a totally cis male thought to want to wear this crown and magically become a girl. Between this crown and the Bowsette craze, how many eggs were cracked? Just from that. I want a number. I don't know how we'd get to that number, but I know that number isn't 0. How many eggs cracked, dang it. Temperature alert, event comic about medication. I hate that I have to take daily medication, but I know how I am without my medication, and I hate that more. You know, that's a valid take on daily medication. I think that's reasonable. Or any form of scheduled medication for that matter. Establishment truth. Deciding between men and women's gender-neutral bathrooms. I'm sorry. Okay, hold on. What? Why would... What? What is this? This is I need to go to the front desk and ask which bathroom means what now. Like, that's what I would think when I see this. No youth. Thought this would fit here. Wizard posting. Counterspell. I cast turn gay. Counterspell. I'm only into women. What the hell happened? I don't know. I'm still into women. Katie, a bit of thieving. When you're broke and need to buy femme stuff? So you steal from transphobic rich people. Ooh. That's a solution. Some Demon 66. I worked too hard on personalizing this. That's the girl who thinks Shadow the Hedgehog, I am all of me, is a trans allegory. Yeah, no, I see it. Yeah, okay, no, that's valid. The clumsy otter. The spooky gray clouds are back again. The gender isn't gendering. Confused egg boy. Now where could my estrogen be? Now where could my estrogen be? Girl field. Triplet trans girl. Miku HRT. 1 day on HRT? 1 year on HRT. Ooh, I actually like that. That outfit looks really nice for Riku. Sorry if it's a repost, I just thought it would be funny. Elephants are born weighing 250 pounds. They're the biggest babies on Earth, except for transphobes, of course. Oh, look at the little baby. It's a baby. Pandoom VA. How do these people function? I'll help the people who want to destroy me destroy everyone else. Then they'll leave me alone. LGB without the T. Yeah, and then there's trans people. And there's sane LGBT people. Yeah, that's appropriate response. In a more serious note though, I personally believe that the #1 way to prevent this is to worry about how prisoners are treated. Because more often than not, especially when it comes to dictatorships and fascism, they ultimately only need to justify calling you a criminal in order to torture you. In order to basically end your life, dehumanize you, whatever. And the easiest way to make sure that you don't get in that situation isn't to justify you and your group being worthwhile, but instead to make it where the prisoners aren't allowed to be executed or sent to concentration camps or, tortured. In the Constitution in the US, it actually had a, not really loophole, but it had like a little exception of slavery is illegal unless you're imprisoned. And as far as I'm aware, that's still there. That's not a recent regime thing either. That's like old. I'll have to look it up to remind myself on the details of it. But that's what it comes down to is if prisoners are being mistreated to a horrific degree, then all that whoever is in charge in the moment needs to do is justify your group being considered criminal. And like it or not, that's really easy to do. And no, it doesn't matter whether or not you've actually done anything wrong, it is very easy to criminalize you anyway. Alright, I found the 13th Amendment, which I believe is the right one. Section 1. Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude except as a punishment of a crime whereof the party shall be duly convicted, shall exist within the United States or any place subject to their jurisdiction. So basically, slavery is no longer okay unless you've committed a crime. And this is where it stands to this day. This is not recent regime. This is slavery is now illegal unless you commit a crime. Criminals are legally allowed to be slaves in the US. Like, that's just a fact. And that's how easy it is, because now anyone who's in charge can say, insert group here are criminals, and then enslave them legally. They still need to deal with due process to some extent, but with enough power you can sidestep a lot of due process, or at least sidestep it long enough that these people will be punished before you can be stopped, which is really bad. I use the US for an example for fairly obvious reasons, but like, it's that easy. So yeah, try to treat your prisoners in your country with, basic human rights, and you'll be a lot better off. Rock Cat, do it, even if only yourself. By the way, you should hug the T-girl who's always putting others before herself. Also, you should make sure she drinks some water and give her a burger. Oh shoot, I haven't drunk water in like 7 hours. Well, I guess there's as good a chance as any to end the video here, so I hope you all enjoyed. I'll be seeing y'all next week. Like always, I wish you an absolutely fantastic week. Like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, whatever, all that. Sorry if I sound like I'm barely awake right now. I'm halfway through giving up on energy drinks, and then I realized, oh, I forgot to record, so this is what we're working with. Alright, bye, love you.